If you're a young adult and you do not know where to go with your life, obviously there's tons of different pressures pulling you different ways and you don't know what is for you. You have to go to college, you got to go get a job, because obviously you have to start building some sort of skills and have to start making a little bit of money. Today we're here to talk about our AI apprenticeship program, and I'm going to be telling you guys a little bit about my experience because maybe it'll help you as well. And so about a year ago, I was starting to hear from my parents and things that you got to get a job. Like, you're 17 years old, it's time for you to start getting out into the real world, getting some experience. I do good in school, but that was just the next step. And so my options were basically either retail or in fast food, where you're just handing people orders. And with where I'm at, I'm also have a bunch of hobbies and stuff like that. I didn't know, are these really worth my time? Are these really going to be skill building? Are these really, do I have enough area for growth here? And I didn't know where to go. Throughout my entire life, I've also done a lot of social media stuff, making videos for my professional dunking. So yeah, I'm training a lot. I'm going out and doing these events and all that. So I needed something that worked around my life and I wasn't just working around the job. And earlier this year, in January, I met Dennis Yu for the first time, and he showed me not only a bunch of stuff that I can do for my personal brand, like on the side, he showed me what they were doing at BlitzMetrics and in this AI apprenticeship program, and it absolutely blew my mind. And since the time that I've joined it and qualified and all that, I've learned so many skills that don't just apply to my own personal stuff, but also just apply to work and having a job and all that in general. But since joining, I've been able to do all this work with clients, learn all these things, and just provide a bunch of value. And it's been super rewarding, and obviously get paid as well. And so you're getting paid to do things that are going to apply to your future life. Yeah, I know Jack had a little bit of a different experience, so just, tell us about yours.
Yeah, I'd say one of my key principles throughout my career is in the 2.5 years since I graduated high school, I've been able to build and own and operate 3 businesses. I've been able to work at a private equity firm. I've taught at some of the best colleges in the world, like Johns Hopkins University. And none of this is to toot my own horn. I'm not trying to brag. I'm not trying to be vain, because that isn't me at all. It's to show you guys that it's doable. If you are willing to break the mold and build your own dream job, I'm telling you, it's possible because I've done it. And I think that this program is going to be a launching pad for those of you that want to take this to the next level and possibly build your own agencies after this. I think it'll be a launching pad for your career. But you're going to have to be able to deliver the results for a client first before you can go out and scale something big. And who better to do it than for someone you know, like your parent or a friend's business. And so I think the value here is you're able to get a job that you're learning and extracting value from. I was just telling Dylan, most jobs extract value from you. Get a job that you can extract value from. So what does that mean? Learning from the job, adding to your resume, improving your interpersonal skills and your soft skills. All those things are going to be huge, and you'll never lose that value. Whatever you walk into, whether it's a relationship, platonic or romantic relationship, these soft skills are going to be valuable in the relationship with your family. When you're going on to different careers, if you go a different path, these soft skills and these understanding of business and marketing is going to go and translate to anything that you do. And a lot of people I hear with college, like, am I going to go to college? You can do this with college, but contrary to college, the skills and value that you're able to add to yourself from this program will translate to anything. College, you get 1 degree, and then hopefully it translates to what your job is. Hopefully you can get a job from that. We believe in something a little bit different, where we want to learn all the principles that make people successful, and then apply that to wherever we want to go. And so that's been my journey. And just to share a little bit more, I've been traveling around with Dennis Yu. In the last month, we've been to 8 countries, and we've been to, I think, 5 or 6 states, and we've spoke all over, met with clients, and filmed videos to sell our packages and sell things for my agency. And it's been amazing. And so I just share that to say that it is possible, and I think that you can do it if you have the right tools and the right grit to be able to follow through.
So what actually would you be doing when you join this program? So we are giving you clients, or you have your own clients, like your parents or a friend's business or something like that, and you're taking the raw ingredients of what they have. So imagine they're a plumber or something like that, taking videos while they're on their job site, saying what they're doing here, informational stuff, but also just who they are. Taking those videos and all that raw content and repurposing it into things that will live on their social media, their website, doing ads on it, all that stuff. And you're taking all this stuff and turning it into these assets that will then help them with their SEO, help them with their business, and ultimately help the phone ring, which is our main goal. And yeah, as you're doing all these things, you're also documenting it, implementing Learn, Do, Teach, MAA. So at the end of every week, you'll be sending out a report in the MAA format. So you'll be sending the metrics, just what you did, analysis, analyzing how it went, and then action, what you're going to do next. The action part is super important.
And I'd also like to just add on to Dylan's point here. Every Thursday at 2 p.m. Pacific time, we're going to have our office hours. And this is a time where me, Dylan, Dennis, and all the other young adults like you are going to be on a Zoom call, and we're going to be working through your guys' raw data. What was happening? What's winning and what's losing right now in your campaigns? And we're going to be able to work through that together and strategize what's next and help you and guide you along your process.
As young adults, we already have a huge advantage. We're growing up in the social media age. Chances are you're already using all these apps like Instagram, Facebook, whatever it may be, and you're using these things. And maybe you're even already starting to experiment with a little bit of AI, ChatGPT, Gemini, whatever. And the big advantage here is that we are already using these things. We already understand these things generally. And now all we're doing is using different tools and different things to provide value to the customers, because a lot of the times these clients, they're plumbers or they're whatever, and they're just focused on their work. They don't care to learn new AI tools and stuff like that. And that's where we come in, where we take their raw ingredients and turn it into very powerful digital assets. And so if you are someone who is already using social media, already using your phone to make videos, you're reasoning with the AI, whatever it may be, you're already in a very good place.
Absolutely. We were just talking about how Sam Altman came out in a podcast the other day, and he was saying the difference between, they're actually tracking how older people use AI versus how younger people use AI. And it was a huge indicator of the difference in how people understand AI. And so the older people would actually just use it as a Google replacement, right? They have 10-word prompts that they use for ChatGPT, and it's like, where can I find bagels in my hometown or something like that? But on the contrary, young adults are actually using it. Some of them are using it as like a therapist. Some of them are using it as like a life coach or career coach. They're using it to help them learn things, like as a tutor, and help them to complete projects for school and plan out these big, complex, abstract projects that they're working on into small digestible tasks and modules, which is amazing to see the contrast here. And that's a big part of why this program is for young adults, because you're in the perfect position because you understand the context of AI and social media and what content looks good and what content doesn't look good, because we've been doing that our whole lives, right? We've consumed a lot of social media content, and so we definitely know what looks good and what doesn't. And you have this unique proposition that no one's ever had before, and then we're going to be able to team up with you and what you already know to invest into that and exponentially grow what you already know to be able to deliver results for an actual business using real case studies that we've built with some of the biggest businesses in the world. So what's the value for you to become an AI apprentice? Well, we think of it as three things. This is a very high level position when you look at it big picture. You're going to be managing ad spend and managing socials and managing all these things for the website and at your parents' business. That's huge, right? That's going to look great on a resume. Financially, this is something very scalable. And these tools and these things that you're going to be learning are some of the most valuable things and skills that businesses are going to be looking to implement in the years coming forward. AI, like we said, is just like electricity. And everyone's going to be using it the same as they use lights. And so if you are an expert in electricity going into these next few years, you're going to be at such a high value for whatever you're doing. And then also I add that you're building your personal brand alongside with building these companies out and building the marketing campaigns for your parents' business. How do you start the AI apprenticeship program? Most of the young adults that we have, they actually get their parents to pay for it, which is awesome for you.